Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Kakinishuk Stadium on a beautiful, sunny, and warm Saturday afternoon in Nanaimo, British Columbia, for the third home game of the season for Nanaimo United as they take on the league-leading Unity FC. As always, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Caleb Green. Glad to have you with us on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Nanaimo United still looking for their first win on the season, and they face a tall task against Unity FC. Not only have they not lost a game since their first game, a 2-0 decision at the hands of Altitude FC, they have not conceded a goal since then. Sarah Lowen has been phenomenal in that time period, and she's getting the starts for Unity. Set to go against her opposite number, Caden Thorpe. She had a phenomenal year with the VIU Mariners last season. Only conceded one goal throughout the regular season and shut out the Douglas Royals in the Pac West title game as the Mariners won their second straight Pac West gold medal. Both teams ready to go. Nanaimo in their home reds, Unity in their signature black and pink. Both Aaron Jensen standing at center pitch. And we are underway from Kakinishuk Stadium. The Unity team that's like to get most of their damage done early in the season and early in games. Expect them to go for that again. But already United with a hot start as it's thrown in by Henderson. Gets it back, trying to find a lane. Sarah Lowen quick to respond. And now Unity will get their first kick of the can as Lowen bowls it ahead. Good amount of distance on it as Caden Thorpe comes strolling off her line. And now an opportunity for Unity, trying to go the other way, but this Nanaimo United defense holding strong. It's been one of the things that Francisco Souza has wanted to emphasize in his first year as head coach. He's wanted this team to be more physical, and they're doing that and then some as we approach the halfway mark of the second minute. Corner kick for Unity as it goes high over both posts. And the first goal kick of the game will go to Caden Thorpe. Here's Henderson. Lines a lane. Nice move from Taylor Kinley. Unity able to take it away. But it's out of bounds. Looks like it was off of Nanaimo. Instead, it's off of Unity. Henderson's not complaining as she throws it in. And you heard just now some of the men's players for Unity. They're not happy with the call or that one, and I don't blame them. As that one sits out of bounds. And back to Nanaimo. Mary Huggle getting tied up just past center. Unity looking to break the ice. That's sent out of bounds. Unity will retain possession.
What time to be in the change room?
That one out of bounds. It clears the fence. Headed back to Rodriguez as she backpedals. Throws it back in. She got tied up with Dillabo on the last possession. Usakaki tried to get to it. Instead, it's Miller who sends it out of bounds. It's been the style of this United team is they always try to slow it down. And a corner kick impending for Unity. I believe that's Jenna Baxter over in the far right corner of the pitch.
She's calling her own mother. It's my coworker.
An amorphous mass of humanity surrounding Caden Thorpe as she gets up high and taps it out.
No. Hey, that in the corner. No.
United have come out unscathed on the first two corner kicks from Unity. Is third time the charm. Baxter gives it the boots. As that one is blocked down, Baxter hustling after it, trying to reset. Long ball from Rodriguez, and coming off her line was Caden Thorpe. Thorpe back with it now. Sends it across for Crookshank. She got tied up, forced to kick it out of bounds and back to Unity. As we approach the halfway mark of the 8th minute, still scoreless in Nanaimo. And kick past the goal line for another corner kick.
He did good, like I test was still good. Like everyone, yeah, he's back in here.
On the way, and it's clear of the wall of humanity. But out of bounds, Unity will get another chance. They've had quite a bit of those recently. Shigil. Over to Hicks. And now a clean lane. Leonard sends it wide. A golden opportunity for Montana Leonard. But she released just a bit too early, and it goes wide of Thorpe. And now another chance for Unity almost immediately. Here comes Jenna Baxter, and it's blocked. And the nice spin by Kurtz. Kurtz trying to find a lane. As it comes back to Lowen. First action she's seen in a good bit. And that one's intercepted. Nanaimo looking to do some damage. Nanaimo trying to draw a corner kick. And it looks like they will. Into the 11th minute now, still scoreless. Nanaimo looking to change that. They nearly did right there, but Sarah Lowen vigilant as ever. Just past Leonard. Tries to find a step, and it's kicked out of bounds. Possession back to Unity. That one briefly bobbled by Rodriguez. Shergill trying to keep it in. She does. Sent back to Lowen. And back in, Nanaimo looking to do something. Lowen kicks it back out. And it's blocked down. And that one is called offside. Lowen to Shergill. Shergill ahead as it's intercepted. Okabe trying to control it. Monpetit sent back to Thorpe. And that one is intercepted. Here comes McNeely down the far sideline, but she kicks it beyond the goal line. And another goal kick coming up for Caden Thorpe.
Nice guy. Let's go give him a big ticket. Like all the way to find the goal. It's like the American dollar. I'm going to watch it. Like nothing. That would be his
Now a clean chance. Thorpe trying to come off her line. She gets beaten. And Unity draws first blood. Out of a crazy sequence. Reynolds gets a step. Sent ahead for Dillabo. Back to the near side for Henderson. Henderson back to Okabe. Into the middle now for Kinley. Trying to find a lane. Here's Nichols. Has it blocked. Cleared back up by Shergill and out of bounds. Reynolds tried to find a lane.
That one island was new. Fourth player of the year, and then just disappeared. You know, Pacific offered him a contract. I said no. Really? I haven't been like flat trade with him. Like he died. Yeah, 14 minutes. 21. We should leave.
Getting tied up briefly was Huggle. That one out of bounds. Back to Nanaimo as they look to draw even. After the goal from Misha Mutalier in the 14th minute. Bilbo trying to hold on to it as she draws a foul. Possession remains with Nanaimo. Just over the head of Dillabo. Possession back to Unity. Okabe. To the back line for Reynolds. Here comes Crookshank. Sends it high. And headed out of bounds. Possession back to Nanaimo, and they've got a good opportunity here.
Like a little, well built but small.
Throw in. Burks tried to get to it. And now it's a foot race the other way. Cleared back out to center by Crookshank.
Yeah, he saw me coming up and he was like, I have a question. No.
Kinley tried to get it ahead. And a big collision. Dillabo trying to find a hole. It's headed back out. Dillabo has to get to it. Instead, it's sent forth for Henderson. Henderson trying to center. And it just gets past Okabe. Dillabo back on the near side. Unity finally trying to earn possession back, and they do for a moment. Okabe hard on the check, and it comes back to Dillabo. She lost it. What a sequence in Nanaimo.
Open!
Here's Thorpe. Crookshank on the far side. Kinley chips it into the offensive zone. Nanaimo doesn't have much of an opportunity there, however, as Sarah Lowen slows things down, then speeds it right back up. Here's Okabe, double teamed. Crookshank back to Okabe. Nanaimo moving the other way. Sent to the far side. That shot gets blocked down. That one is kicked beyond the goal line, and a goal kick coming for Sarah Lowen.
He's on Whitecaps for Antwerp. I think he actually dressed on it.
Nanaimo trying to draw even as we approach the 23rd minute. Isha Mudalier has the game's only goal in the 14th minute. Nanaimo with a golden opportunity, and it's just pushed wide. And both teams will call for a water break. Understandably, it is a warm one in Nanaimo.
After each half, we'll give the game a stop. Give the players a water break.
Right across from the team. Scott Roach is behind stuff.
Just a reminder for fans, if you need a break for some food and beverage as well, big welcome to our friends from Unleashed Dogs, best hot dogs on Vancouver Island, and one cool cookie. Desserts, floats, and much, much more. Perfect to cool you down in the heat. And welcome our friends from Unleashed Dogs and one cool cookie.
Oh yeah. I don't think it's but here's the thing. Or is it going to come watch one of our videos? Yeah. My favorite hobby ever.
Henderson preparing for the throw-in. That one is sent out of bounds past the near left touchline. Throw in from Henderson. That one's headed out. Cruikshank, quick to get to it. That one all the way back out at center. Kate Reynolds able to settle things down. Coming down the near side is Scarlett McNeely, but it's pushed out of bounds. Throw in from Rodriguez. Double team. As it comes out to the far side. Sierra Leone giving chase. As it's kicked beyond the goal line, Thorpe flies not to touch it, and she's got a goal kick coming up. Now a golden opportunity. Sent ahead. Dillebo's got to hurry, but it's called offside.
That's the thing, like if you're out for 2 weeks, you're out for 4 years.
Lowen. Just beyond the goal line, and another goal kick coming up for Caden Thorpe. Into the 29th minute now.
Unreal.
1-0 Unity off the 14th minute goal from Misha Mudalier. Okabe tries to send it ahead. Dillebo at center. Far side had it intercepted. Both teams have relied a lot on the one touch to find their passing lanes. Reynolds trying to find Dillebo, and coming way out of the net was Sarah Lowen.
Oh, Thursday. Yeah.
Another chance for United. Nichols trying to find a step. Lowen able to get possession back for Unity, but only momentarily. Back into the Nanaimo zone. Thorpe will scoop it up.
Boys, if you need taping and stuff, Thanos is over there, okay? So you gotta go over there. And you don't have to go right now, just yeah, we gotta meet all in the dressing room ready to go at 5:30. Spread that word to everybody.
Scarlett McNeely dueling her opposite number, Avery Henderson. Tries to center it. Offside warning. McNeely continuing to duel Henderson. McNeely back to center. Kicked out by Nichols. Dillabo tried to find it. Unity continuing to have their way in the late stages of the first half. Past the goal line. And a corner kick impending for Unity.
Oh, but he's good at chatting, but you're a champ. 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 Yes, it's a way.
Here's Jenna Baxter. Baxter gives it the boot. Gets tied up among bodies. And the foul was called before the play could really develop. McNeely. And back ahead. And I would prefer a goal at any time, but I doubt they'd complain about getting one before the end of the first half, especially as we just enter the 35th minute. And I'm still down 1-0. But they're looking to change that. And another foul called before it could roll past the goal line.
They have to do it with us. Some of them, I don't think some of them had like a marathon or something. Yeah, they're running some charity. No, I don't. It's a Sunday. Already happened.
And a free kick coming up for Kate Reynolds. Nanaimo looking to draw even. Reynolds. A crazy sequence. Lowen just able to keep it outside the line.
Like that same situation still in the
Unity FC currently tied for first in the league, and Lowen's been a big reason why.
I think you could just go clean up. Are you elevating that hydro? Yeah. Actually, a charity. I mean, kind of charity for last.
Cruikshank sends it ahead. And now a chance for United. Dillabo has to corral it. She is able to. Dillabo partially blocked. Kurtz just has to throw it towards the goal as it sails past Lowen. And a goal kick coming up in the 37th minute. Rodriguez back to Lowen. Headed down by Henderson. Kurtz tried to find a step. McNeely able to keep it inside. She's got room coming down the near side. McNeely trying to center, and it's kicked back out. Here's Leonard. Leonard makes a nice move, cuts in. Tried to center, but no one was there, and it's out of bounds.
I'm Vic, by the way. I'm one of the coaches with the emergency response. Today, there's no. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, did you start?
Instead of watching on the Tasmania.
Oh, is that where you?
That's where she's
Cruikshank gets it ahead to Kinley. Kicked out of bounds by Elizabeth Hicks. Kinley just past the line.
Yeah, I know.
And United continuing to get good looks.
Definitely asserted herself.
Another corner kick approaching for the ladies in red as we approach the 40th minute. Can they get it done here? Henderson. United still able to maintain possession, but Unity has time to set up their back line. Kirks tried to get it to Okabe, trying to save the day. Was Mary Huggle, but Sarah Lowen wise to stay in her spot, and she maintains the lead for Unity.
I don't crack. I actually came for a game in Thailand too.
We'd like to take this time to thank some of our club sponsors, all of which have been with us since our first season in 2023. Ramsey Lampman Rhodes Lawyers, our lead sponsor, O'Neill's, Wildwood Health, Junk in Our Trunk, Seaview Home and Auto Glass, and the Martin Velson Remax Real Estate Team. We'd also like to thank VIU Mariners Athletics and Recreation, Nanaimo Track and Field, Paladin Security, Nanaimo News Bulletin, and the Jingle Pot Pub. Chance for McNeely going the other way. Caden Thorpe comes off her line to scoop it up. Cruikshank back to Thorpe.
Game 7 right now? Her transfer NHL City is. Oh, just started.
Shergill tried to find Leonard ahead as it rolls beyond the goal line.
Yeah, if you guys need ankle tank, Mark's gonna go right now, but just watch it and all goals. I'll just be like, hey,
Kabe back to Crookshank. Out to center looking for Kinley. United able to hold on to it, but only momentarily. Here comes Montana Leonard. Golden opportunity. She tried to take a shot straight away, but it was blocked. It comes out to Kurtz, wearing the captain's armband for United. Hustling after it is Rodriguez with Dillabo in hot pursuit. Rodriguez had it taken away by Kurtz. Kurtz trying to split the defense, but lost the ball as it's kicked out of bounds. Possession remains with Nanaimo as we just crossed the halfway mark of the 43rd minute. End of the first half approaching, and Nanaimo wants to get on the board before that time. Here's Kurtz, tries to find a lane, had it blocked.
Langley team.
Kinley sends it to the far side. Let's kick back out. Crookshank able to retrieve it. Crookshank back to the far side for Nichols. Jensen lost it, but possession remains with United.
Hey, you're just letting money send it in running for you. Yeah, it's the whole experience and opportunity. Montana, like you said, being overseas, that's a lot of experience over this for years.
Exactly.
And so,
And she played it.
High ball off the kick. Goal kick coming for Sarah Lowen.
all because of you. All because of you. You ignited the flame.
She started when we took our soccer.
Oh, cool. It was like road check. What's so cool to see was this game. We're exactly that's exactly awesome. I'm dead.
Goal kick impending for Caden Thorpe. Into the 45th minute. Can't imagine there will be much added in terms of stoppage time. If I had to make a guess, I'd say around 3 to 4 minutes.
Just like start pushing us like
Chase for United the other way. Dillabo nearly had it. Is that one sent ahead for McNeely? Can McNeely get to it in time? She cannot.
The fourth edition has indicated a minute of 3 minutes.
3 minutes tacked on to the end of the first half. Here's Thorpe. Okabe. Reynolds back across for Crookshank.
he was also very
Jensen getting tied up. Possession back to Nanaimo.
Then you excel. My dad, like, my favorite play versus college, it was actually
Now a chance for Henderson. Tries to walk in. Has to split the defense. Finds Dillabo. Dillabo trying to find a lane, but Sarah Lowen had other plans.
He was good. A little kid that was like, but I know him, like, he to scream and shout, like, that's what I'm saying. He was like, Jamie. I'm saying the right thing. Oh, yeah. I remember that. He's overseas now. Yeah.
Approaching the end of the added 3 minutes. Nanaimo has to hurry. It's sent out of bounds. Rodriguez back to Lowen. Nichols gets it back from Kurtz. Tried to find Jensen coming down the far sideline as it's sent beyond the goal line. Lowen trying to run the clock down. And the first half is in the books. Unity currently with a 1-goal lead, but Nanaimo's made them work for it. Before we officially head into halftime, I'd like to take this time to thank some of the league sponsors. The Cruyff Institute, educating the future leaders of the soccer industry. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel. One Soccer is the home of soccer in Canada. Follow your favorite BCPL alumni as they compete in the Canadian Premier League, the TELUS Canadian Championship, and with the Canadian national teams. All exclusively on One Soccer. Voice, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball for the BC Premier League. Hummel, the official apparel supplier of Premier Soccer Leagues Canada, the Canadian Premier League, our game, our country, our league, and BC Soccer, connecting communities through soccer. Second half coming up in just a bit. You're watching Nanaimo United FC Soccer on the BC Premier League YouTube channel.
Love to see some Nanaimo United youth come
Second half just about underway from Nanaimo. One intercepted by Fitzsimmons as he's headed up. Nichols over to Jensen on the near side. Sent ahead looking for Moudalier, who is the game's lone goal so far. Tried to get her second, but it's blocked out by Reynolds. And nearly out of bounds. McNeely able to hold it. Out of bounds, possession back to Unity. But only for a moment. As Kurtz tries to settle things down, she finds Fitzsimmons. Kurtz thought about going for the long ball. Instead, she opts to do it herself. Lateral through center. Tried to find Huggle. Okabe back to retrieve it. Just kept inside. Smart play by Henderson. And that one pushed well beyond the goal line. Long ball from Lowen. Off the head of Huggle. Montana Leonard trying to find a lane. Has to get around the defense. Feeds it ahead, but it just crosses the goal line. And a goal kick coming up for Caden Thorpe. Fitzsimmons ahead for Kurtz. To the near side, Nichols back to Kurtz. Kurtz able to get around Baxter. That one sent down. Here comes Unity the other way. Montana Leonard trying to find a lane down the far side. But she has her pocket picked as it's sent out of bounds. Possession remains with Unity. Nanaimo's done a good job curbing most of Unity's offensive chances. Both teams have gotten a lot of looks, but at the same time, Both back lines have held strong. But eventually, whether it's Nanaimo tying the game or Unity going up 2, the glass ceiling eventually has to break. Baxter trying to break that ceiling as it's kicked up. Headed back down by Kurtz. As it's retrieved by Wusakaki. Possession remains with Unity. Gergil just past Thorpinen! Amon Gergil able to thread the needle, just hugging the inside of the right post. And the glass ceiling has broken. It's 2-0 Unity. Kicked out of bounds. Possession remains with Nanaimo. Kinley back to Nichols off the throw in. There's Reynolds overseeing the chess table. Kick to the far side. And it goes uncalled. Nanaimo able to keep it, but only momentarily. Unity have not conceded a goal in almost a month. And now another golden opportunity, or it would be if it wasn't called offside. Kurtz trying to find a lane. Comes back to Fitzsimmons at center. Lots of room on the near side. Jensen tried to hustle after it. And that one's a foul that they could not have gone without calling. Jenna Baxter is down, and this does not look good. And Aaron Jensen having a discussion with the lead official, Ben Clark. Jay Dillabo Out of the game for United. Coming in her place is Larissa Stefanik. Sent back to Thorpe.
Nanaimo United substitution, exiting the game number 22, Jay Dillabone. Entering the game number 5, Larissa Stefanik.
This is a place Larissa knows all too well, a former student athlete with the VIU Mariners. Her father, Larry, also the coach of the men's team during the late 2010s. United looking for a chance. Here's Nichols. Put it too high! Lowen taking her time. Now Fitzsimmons giving chase. Tried to hustle after it on the far side as it goes beyond the line, and a corner kick coming up for United. As the wall of humanity forms around Sarah Lowen. And what will likely take it into the 58th minute. Isha Mudalir and Aman Shergill have the goals for Unity in the 14th and 51st minutes, respectively. Kick on the way. It's up. Just about past the line, and a mad scramble! Nanaimo still trying to hold on to it. It's headed up again, and leaping off her line was Lowen. Snake bitten is United. A crazy sequence as Okabe sends it back.
Unity FC's second goal scored in the 51st minute. 29, on Shergill.
Here's Henderson. Sent back ahead. Goal kick coming up for Lowen. Out of bounds. Nichols wise not to touch it. United have gotten a lot of good looks lately. They want to come back. They'll have to get those looks again. They'll have to do it quickly. And that one had the distance, but just a bit far to the right. Or the left, depending on where you look. Out-of-town scoreboard updates. Vancouver Rise FC Academy victorious over Langley United 2-0. Altitude besting Burnaby 8-2. Yes, you heard that right. Fitzsimmons hustling after it. Elizabeth Hicks. Tempers are flaring in the Harbor City. Jensen able to hustle for it. Fitzsimmons getting tied up with Jesse Ricards. Dirk's able to retrieve it. That's double teamed. Possession remains with Nanaimo. Just out of bounds. Goal kick impending for Lowen.
The game was number 29, Shergill. Entering the game, number 13, Jesse Rickards.
Out of bounds on Unity. Okabe down the middle. Trying to get it ahead for Huggle. Fitzsimmons hustling after it. And now a chance for United the other way. As it just stays in bounds. Fans clamoring for a foul. Nichols able to hold on to it. Gets past one defender. Can't get past the second as it goes out of bounds. Possession remains with Nanaimo. Here's Nichols. Out of bounds. Off of Moodalier, who had the first goal for Unity in the 14th minute. Amon Shergill with the second in the 51st. And that one does not go unnoticed by the crowd. More soccer coming up just after this. The men's sides for Nanaimo United and Unity will be in action at 6:30 p.m. Reynolds kicks it high and wide.
I know, but still.
Usakaki sends it ahead. Briefly gets past Reynolds. She kicks it back to Thorpe. Just over the head of Jensen and out of bounds. Equals the throw in. Back out of bounds. Possession remains with Nanaimo.
Short break here. Half of the half for a
And it's time for a water break. We'd like to take this time to thank some of our club sponsors, all of which have been with us since our first season in 2023. Ramsey Lampman Roads Lawyers, Vancouver Islands Lawyers, our lead sponsor. O'Neill's, our official teamwear supplier. Wildwood Health, official sports performance providers. Junkin' Our Trunk, the sponsor of our practice kits. Seaview Home and Auto Glass for our youth supporters. And the Martin Velson Real Estate team at Remax for our field and player cards. We'd also like to thank VIU Mariners Athletics and Recreation, Nanaimo Track and Fields, Paladin Security, Nanaimo News Bulletin, and the Jingle Pot Pub, as well as our team builder sponsors, Nickel Street Pawnbrokers, Curry K9 Trail and Train, Century Plumbing and Heating Limited, and Outlook Menswear. Nanaimo still trying to break the curse.
C's most recent substitution. Exiting the game, number 4, Elizabeth Hicks. Entering the game, number 27, Harrison Owen.
Out of bounds off of, I believe, Huggle. Sent ahead, but just a bit too far to the right. Kinley couldn't get to it in time. As we approach the halfway mark of the 73rd minute, Isha Mudalier and Aman Shergill with the goals for Unity. Last to touch it was Fitzsimmons as it rolls out of bounds. Possession back to Unity. And now a chance for United the other way. And a trip. Was it inside the box? Corner kick coming for Nanaimo. Kick on the way. It's got the distance, and it's headed just wide beyond the goal line. Another opportunity for Nanaimo. Henderson tripped up before it could roll out of bounds. She got tied up with, I believe, Jesse Rickards. And this does not look good. And Henderson appears to be okay. As she exits the match. Free kick coming up for United. Kick on the way. And too high. Just out of bounds and back to Unity. Into the 78th minute now. That one picked off, intended for Katie Musselman. Mudalier thought about going for her second as it's kicked beyond the goal line. Caden Thorpe will get a chance to get things going for Nanaimo. Over the head of Kinley. Out of bounds off the kick from Lowen. Nichols off the throw in. Over the head of Kinley. Now Musselman trying to find room coming down the near side. They try to center and it's kicked out of bounds nearly past the goal line. Rowan coming for Nichols. Expect them to treat this like a corner kick. As it comes back to Nichols. Goal kick for Thorpe. Past the halfway mark of the 80th minute. Isha Mudalier and Amon Shergill with the goals for Unity. Lowen way off her line. She's able to settle things down. Headed down by Kurtz and another collision. Kicked backwards by Reynolds. Nanaimo trying to break out of the zone. Here comes Kurtz. Ahead for Musselman. She's got to hurry. Musselman just across the goal line. Nichols. Just out of bounds. Smart decision by Moodalier to not touch it. Baxter sends it back for Lowen. Headed up by Fitzsimmons. Kurtz has to get to it. Forcing Unity to reset. Nichols picks that one off. Fitzsimmons able to hold on to it again. She looked for Musselman. Kurtz battling for it. And it's a battle she will win. Jensen to the near side for Musselman. Musselman finds a step, tries to center, and it's pushed just beyond the goal line. And another corner kick coming up for Nanaimo. Reynolds sends it up. Comes back to Reynolds. Second chance for Nanaimo as it's up and in the hands of Sarah Lowen. Fitzsimmons back out to center. Gets past Kurtz. Long ball from Musakaki. Here's Kurtz. Sent ahead. Another opportunity for Nanaimo. And it just rolls an inch past the goal line. Out of bounds again in Unity. Looking to keep their streak alive. Both a shutout streak that has lasted almost a month and a winning streak, which has lasted a similar amount of time. Should this score hold, it would be their 4th straight. Stays just inside the goal line. Thorpe able to settle it down. Back out to center. Baxter is able to retrieve it for Unity. And that one nearly and does clear the fence. In between two players as it goes back to United in the early stages of the 89th minute. Chances of a comeback for United are low at this point, but not zero. Here's Kurtz. Into the 90th minute. Unity trying to put it away. Here's Lowen. Just inside the touchline. Out of bounds and back to United. They've got to hurry.
Fourth official has indicated a minimum of 5 minutes will be added on. 5 minutes added time.
5 minutes at least. Added on to the end of the second half. Nanaimo has to hurry. Lowen sends it out to center. Thorpe doesn't even think about it. Goes straight for the one touch out to center. Out of bounds and back to United. Now a chance the other way. And just beyond the goal line. Kept inside the Unity zone. United have to hurry. Here's Nichols. Deflected. Baxter tried to get to it as it's headed up. Rolling over to the far side. Sent out of bounds. And that might do it. Back out at center. Sent high and back to United as that flies into the bleachers. Comes back to Lowen. She sends it all the way out of bounds. All the way to the near side and out of bounds. Possession back to United. As Mary Huggle gets tied up. Free kick coming from long distance. Nichols has done this before. And that one's in the books. 2-0 the final from Kakinishuk. As Unity continues their march to the top of the table with a convincing victory over Nanaimo United.
Territory. Visitors, Unity FC, taking the 2-0 win over Nanaimo United.
Men's match coming up in just a few minutes.
Support today.
Before we run off, we'd like to thank our league sponsors, the Cruyff Institute, educating the future leaders of the soccer industry. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel. One Soccer is the home of soccer in Canada. Follow your favorite BCPL alumni as they compete in the Canadian Premier League, the TELUS Canadian Championship, and with our Canadian national teams, all exclusively on One Soccer. Voight, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball for the BC Premier League. Hummel, the official apparel supplier of Premier Soccer Leagues Canada. The Canadian Premier League, our game, our country, our league. And BC Soccer, connecting communities through soccer. Until next time, for Jason Coates and Dar Fitzgerald, our entire production crew here at Kakinishuk Stadium, I'm Caleb Green saying so long, and we'll see you next time.